Today I'm making a video which is a little different from anything I've done before. Before getting sick, I was the lead singer of a band and I was studying a degree in music performance. Music had always been something that I was so certain that I wanted to pursue, and it was my life. I was so passionate about it. I wanted to be a musician more than anything, genuinely. So when I developed POTS, it quickly became clear to me that was not my path in life, as I physically wasn't able to do that anymore. Because I was so passionate about music, it was very hard for me to listen to music. You might think that's weird, because I've just said that music's my passion. It's been my saviour for as long as I can remember now. But listening to music during that period of time just reminded me of all that I had lost, and it was really difficult for me to be able to connect to any music without feeling upset about what had happened to me. When I got through that stage of grief, I was able to connect to music again, and it became very important to me again, which is awesome. I'm so proud of myself for getting through that emotion. Today I'm going to be talking about the 20 songs that saved my life. Might sound a little dramatic, but you know, there's got to be a title for a video. So these are the songs that I listened to a lot during my first year with POTS, and they are the songs that helped me through it, helped me through the bad times, the diagnosis, and the coming to terms with my new body. This list isn't in any particular order. I've literally just compiled all the songs randomly. They're not in order of importance. I just, picked out the songs that were most important to me and stuck them on this list. I am going to make a blog post explaining in more detail why these songs are so important to me, because I couldn't possibly go into it in this video. It's 20 songs, it'll end up being a really long video, which I know a lot of you won't want to watch. So first on the list we have Running Up That Hill by Placebo. Now this song is actually a cover. It's not originally by Placebo, it's by Kate Bush, but the Placebo cover of this song is much, much darker. I prefer it. It sits much more comfortably in my, preferred genre of music. I feel like I can relate to every lyric in this song. At the period of time I was really listening to it a lot, I could definitely relate to every lyric in this song. If I only could, I'd make a deal with God and get him to swap our places. I was listening to it at a period of time where people I previously spent a lot of time with were, doing awesome things with their life, which is great, but I was sitting here feeling like I would swap places with those people because I felt like maybe I had always wanted it more than they had wanted it. I maybe not. I mean, I might be wrong. I don't know how people think, but I always felt like I had wanted to do certain things, like be a musician from such a young age, and people who might not have wanted it that much were getting there and doing it, and I wasn't physically able to. So I felt like, if I could, I would swap our places, and that's a very selfish thing to think, because they'd then be in my shoes with this illness. But it's how I felt. It's dark, but I was in a dark place. Next up might be a bit of a weird choice. You might think it's a strange song to have on this list, but it's a song called 5 Becomes 4 by Yellowcard. Awesome song. I've loved Yellowcard for ages now, and this song was because I had to leave my band, and when I left the band, we were a group of 5, and my demise in the band left them as a 4-piece. Will you still hear me singing anymore when 5 becomes 4? Pretty self-explanatory, really. Next up is Swing Set by a band called Moving Mountains. This song is just stunning. It's a song that you can really listen to, I feel, if you need to just calm down, chill out for a moment. Lyrically, it's a song that I never paid too much attention to, but musically, it really calms me down. It's one of those songs that I really feel like I can reminisce to. I feel like a good dose of nostalgia isn't always a bad thing. It can put into perspective where you were, where you are now, and what you need to do next, what you need to do to move forward. Most of the Time by Turnover is my next song on this list. It's a great song. Turnover are a great band if you're into that kind of music. I was going to say pop punk, but they're not really pop punk anymore. They're very atmospheric now. It's one of my favourites. It's really upbeat, but it's lined with quite melancholic lyrics. I'm still caught up in all the things I know I'll never be is one of my favourite lyrics for obvious reasons that I've just discussed. Roads Untraveled by Linkin Park is my next choice. This song is stunning. The lyrics are really powerful. Weep not for roads untraveled is a lyric that is really important to me now. You know, I really, really try and pay attention to it when living my life, and when I'm feeling down I really try and think of that lyric. Next one is Left You Behind by Stick to Your Guns. This song to me was about feeling abandoned, feeling left behind for better things because I was no longer of any use, I felt. I love violins and dramatic choruses, so this song's great. I Tore You Apart in My Head by Balance and Composure is next. It was just a song that I listened to sort of keep me going. I love songs that are big and dramatic and then they sort of either reach a huge climax or they sort of just completely drop out and then it's some sort of like emotive instrumental section at the end. I do love that, and that is what this song gives. The next song is Andrea by La Dispute. La Dispute have probably become my favourite band. I'd say they are my favourite band now. Jordan's vocal delivery is always stunning, but in this song especially, it's just so extremely powerful. A lot of their tracks really helped me get a grip of myself. I still remember how it all came back together just to fall apart again. The next track is Given Up by Linkin Park. Massive contradiction because the lyrics are about giving up, but this is a song that really helped me push through. Chester Bennington's vocals are stunning, so powerful. The vocal delivery is so emotive. At the end, he's just screaming, "Put me out of my misery." But for some reason, hearing that made me think that I can do this. Next track is Rock Bottom by Neck Deep. Neck Deep were my favourite band for a long time. They still hold a very secure place in my heart. Rock Bottom's a feel-good track. The lyrics, you know, paint another picture, which is another reason why I like it. That's why I like a lot of pop-punk music, actually. Resurrect and Start Again is probably my favourite lyric. Next track is The Devil in My Bloodstream by The Wonder Years. Song actually about depression, but you can relate it to battling any illness. It's just about facing an internal battle. And it's a stunning, stunning track that I've actually been a fan of for many years now. It's a great song. I rediscovered it when I was, rediscovering music, I guess. Another track by La Dispute, First Reactions After Falling Through the Ice. I think this song is actually about a breakup. There's a section at the end which discusses, how will people feel when I die? If I died, who would show up at my funeral? Who would be a mess? Like, who would cope? It's such a good song. Such a thought-provoking good song. I actually got the lyrics to that song printed into a frame, and they're hanging up in my room. Keepsake by Balance and Composure is next. Again, just another song that I felt really helped me push forward. It's powerful, it's hard-hitting. Next we have Here I Am Alive by Yellowcard, a very upbeat song. Just a feel-good track, really, which, says how I feel, like, here I am alive. And there's also another lyric, if I could write to the kid I was before. Oh, if I could write to myself before, I would tell myself to stop moaning about stupid things and stop just being immature and stupid. Next is a song that I'll be surprised if any of you have heard of. Okay, that's a broad statement. I'd imagine most of you watching this wouldn't have heard this song. It's called Thrive. It's by a band called I Am King. I'd heard this song before I got sick. It's a song that, I rediscovered when I was rediscovering music as such. Life can be cruel, time can be unforgiving. It's also got a really strong heartbeat towards the second half of the song, which I'm really jealous of. It's a really slow, steady heartbeat. and I'm like, wow, I wish my heart rate was that slow and stable. The scream at the end as well, broken vocals at the end are so insanely good, so powerful. Awesome, awesome track. I realise I'm just saying that all of these tracks are awesome, it's because they are. Like I said, I will go into why they mean so much to me in more detail in a blog post, because I don't want to go off on one in this video. Next we have Drawn Out by Citizen. It's a song that I listened to a lot when I first started driving again. I'm still not driving long distances at all. I'm not driving often at the moment because I've had a bit of a relapse, but there was a period of time last year where I was driving quite a lot again, and it was a song that I really listened to calm me down in the car, because I'd had such a long break from driving. When I started driving again, I was terrified. So yeah, it's a song that I listen to during a lot of night driving to chill me out, basically. Next up is a song called I Always Thought I Would Be Okay by Hotel Books. I saw Hotel Books in London at the beginning of this year, and I met the singer Cam, and I told him how important Hotel Books were to me during the first year of my illness, during my diagnosis period, and he was really humble and sweet, and I think he was shocked that his music meant that much to me. There's a section in the song, and the lyrics are, "But then out of nowhere, when I finally feel at peace and make sense of all these things, it's in that moment that I miss everybody who ever loved me." I can't explain how much I relate to that. When I first got sick, I can't remember that period of time, to be honest, really, but I feel like there was a massive wall up. I only was thinking about myself. I was only thinking about myself. I was only thinking about the symptoms I was experiencing, the pain I was in, the discomfort I was in, everything I was losing. I didn't really think about the people around me. And I don't think I realised, you know, the significance of the people around me until they were no longer around me. After I came out of that dark period, I lost a few people, and I didn't even realise then maybe the significance of that. It was only when I kind of came to terms with what had happened to me in my illness, and I started to feel at peace with it, that I sat down, and then I missed the people that were no longer in my life. I thought, God, they're gone. I could only feel that emotion though when I was at peace, and when my pain was less severe. Next up we have New Scream by Turnover. It's such a stunning song. It makes me feel like everything in the world may not be as bad as it seems, and I've been wasting all my time chasing the high. That's me, looking for something else that gives me the same high that music did before I got sick. Next up we have Leave Out All the Rest by Linkin Park. I realise this is the third song by Linkin Park on this list. I've always liked Linkin Park, but I feel like, I just became totally obsessed with them at one point last year. They're such a good band. I feel like I overlooked them in the past a little bit. Leave Out All the Rest is just a beautiful track that really helped me. That's all that needs to be said about it, really. Finally, we have My Fear of an Unlived Life by Senses Fail. Oh, this song is so beautiful. There's a lyric in it which is, "There's nothing sadder than an unlived life." And that is a thought that I struggle with a lot. I wanted to do something that I really enjoyed, and I feel like I have to find that one thing in life. I know everyone feels like they have to find that one thing that they really enjoy, that is their passion, but now I feel like I have to find that again. And I guess I'm kind of scared that I will never find that. I'm worried that I will never find something else that made me feel as alive as singing and performing did. It's hard, and I have to try and channel my energy into something else, and I'm still trying to figure out what that is. Thanks for checking out this video. Like I said, it's a bit of a different one, but I hope that you enjoyed it regardless. Like I said, I'm going to be writing a blog post explaining in more detail why these songs are so important to me. The link to that blog post will be in the description of this video. I'm also going to link all the songs I mentioned in the description, so you guys can check them out for yourself and see if you like them as much as I did, and see if they help you like they helped me. From your Salt Queen, I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video.